afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I've just got back from the food shopping. Reese came with me and I do not have much time on my hands. So I'm going to vlog as much of this as I can, and then I'm going to have to leave it up to Kev to finish. I went to Sainsburys to start with, and then ended up going to Aldi as well, because I am definitely noticing the price differences between Sainsburys and Aldi since I did a full shop in Aldi last week. Meat in Sainsburys, incredibly expensive. I'm not sure if that's just, I mean, it's expensive everywhere, and I think that Sainsbury's is great if they've got good nectar deals on. And the only nectar deal that I saw that they had on meat was on beef, and it was on the Taste the Difference joints of beef. They were £25, between £20 and £25 after the nectar 25% had been taken off. Like, who's cooking beef? No, of course I didn't buy them. Who's having roast beef at the moment? Because wow. So I'm going to quickly show you what I got from Sainsbury's, and then obviously there's Aldi, but I might have to leave it up to Kev to do that bit because I've got to go and pick up Reese's car. So I need to hurry. I didn't actually get much for fresh from Sainsbury's. I got the girls some of the milkshakes they like. I got 2 chocolate and 1 strawberry. Why is there not 3 milks here? Because I forgot to pick milk up. But I did get it. I got it in Aldi. I've got a large chicken. This was £5.95. And I've got a 1 kilogram of chicken breasts. I also got some of this bacon to try. It's the naked one. It was on offer. It was quite a good offer. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I thought we'd give it a go because yeah, and I just thought it looked nice and it was cheap. It was as cheap as buying the Sainsbury's, although you did get a couple less slices, but I thought we'd give it a go anyway, and I would tell you how much it cost, but I've forgotten. I've got some soft butter, I've got some unsalted butter, and I got one of these because Felicity saw them in there the other day, and she was going, "Mummy, they're on nectar," and I said, "Yes, I'll pick one up when I do the actual shopping," because there's nothing worse than going into the shop to get a couple of things, and then you get to the till and you've spent 50 quid, so I said she'd have to wait until I was doing my proper shop, and then I would pick it up. So I got that, and which Felicity will be very pleased about. Look what I got you. Dippy cheese. These were on nectar for £3, the Muller Rices. I've got some, don't poke the chicken and say butter cheeks, please. I've got a block of cheese. This is more expensive than Aldi. This is £3.25 and Aldi was under £3 last week. Munch Bunch are on nectar for £1.25. These are the usual £2.49, and these are on a very good nectar deal. They are £3.18, and they sound absolutely delicious. So I said to Kevin, I'm going to stick them in the back of the fridge, hide them away, because they're in date until the 25th of December, and he tells me they won't last until the end of next week, and he's probably right. He is probably right. But yeah, I thought those were a good price, so I got 2 of those, and I think that's everything I got for fresh from Sainsbury's. So really not a lot. Cupboard items, I've got a pack of 4 sparkling water, 2 things of squash, cherries and berries, orange and mango, 2 things of eggs, some Park Bake rolls to go with the dippy cheese and soup. I've got a box of malted Wheaties and some strong white bread flour and some yeast. I'm going to have a go at making our own bagels and see how we get on. Just a little activity to do with the girls. We're going to make bagels, and then we're going to make bagels, and we're going to make a lemon loaf cake this week. I said I would tell you about how I got on with the sourdough mix. I haven't actually done it yet. It's still in the cupboard, but I am going to do that as well. And we're going to have a bit of a baking day. I've got some macaroni, I've got some tuna, some custard, some ketchup, some more avocado seasoning, which is thankfully still on nectar for £2.25 after Kev dropped my tub of this all over the floor the other day. So avocado seasoning. So we've got a new one of those. I've got some beef stock pots, 2 things of cheddar cheese sauce to do mac and cheese, some spaghetti, a Mexican rice, just because Kev likes this, and if he's just feeling a bit peckish, he'll have that. So I'm going to leave it in the cupboard. I've got some salted caramel options. That's on Nectar as well. I think it's £2.25. I've got some honey. I did buy honey last week, but we used it in a recipe yesterday, so I bought some more. I've got some Rice Krispie Squares. Why are you growling at Reese for?
Shoes on.
He's got shoes on the stairs. You can growl away at him. You can growl at him even louder if you like. Two lots of the Rice Krispie Squares. Those are on Nectar for £1.50. And these Rocky stacked, which are new, those are on Nectar for £1. And those are really nice. We had those a couple of weeks ago. So I got 2 more packs of those. I've got some bread, some toilet roll, some bleach, some fairy liquid, and a Hawkstone cider. They now stock this for anyone that likes the Clarkson's Hawkstone cider. They now stock that in Sainsburys. So that is all of the cupboard items from, you broke his feet. That's all the cupboard items from Sainsburys. So I'm just going to do the Aldi bit because, like I said, I need to rush off and Kev's not going to know what these are for meal-wise. So I got 2 of these new in lattice pies. I've got a sticky toffee and a winterberry. These are £2.49. We're going to have those for dessert one evening, probably after we've had a nice big roast dinner. I've got a pork leg crackling joint. That was £8.21, so that was a good price considering the price of meat in Sainsbury's. So that's going to do a roast dinner. Meat that I got from Sainsbury's was a chicken and, well, two lots of chicken, and a whole chicken and some chicken breast. Chicken breast, I'm not entirely sure what I'm making with those as of yet, but the whole chicken is going in the oven, and then it's going to be sliced up, and we're going to use our pumpkin bowl. So if you watched one of our vlogs, it was about a month ago now, we bought this huge pumpkin bowl in not TK Maxx, HomeSense, and we were going to have it as like a dipping platter. So we're going to have chicken, stuffing balls, pigs in blankets, so I've got 2 packs of those, and stuffing balls, roast potatoes, chicken, pigs in blankets, just a whole load of yummy things. And in the middle, we're going to put gravy, and that's going to be a meal one evening. Beef and pork mince, we'd had this last week for the first time, absolutely fine. Didn't even tell a difference, so that is a good saving money-wise. So I've got one of those to make a spaghetti bolognese. No, I didn't get tacos, but we have some tacos in the cupboard. I got that to make a spaghetti bolognese, and then I did get just an ordinary beef mince because they only do this in a 750 grams. They don't do it any smaller. And we're going to have jacket potatoes one evening, and I'm going to do like a selection of toppings for jack potato. There'll be beans and cheese, tuna and sweet corn, or chilli. So I only wanted a smaller mince to make the chilli. So that's going to make chilli. I've got a Greek yoghurt, £1.99. Would have been cheaper to buy the Sainsbury's one, as it's currently on Nectar with 25% off, making it about £1.78, I think it was. But they didn't have any, so this one is £1.99. These were on offer, even cheaper than they were last week. So last week I bought the Italian ones, and I said Kev would really like the Spanish ones. And they were £2.50. They were even cheaper than that. They were £2, I want to say they were like £2.20 today. They'd made them cheaper, but they didn't have any of the Italian ones. So they obviously made them cheaper to get rid of them because it's one of their special buys. So 24 meatballs in Sainsbury's, 24 beef meatballs is £6.50. I've got 24 of these Spanish ones for just over £4, so much, much cheaper. And we'll just give them a go, see what they're like. We've got 2 milks. We are going through one of these a day at the moment, but milk is the same price pretty much everywhere. We live right next to a couple of shops, so we just buy it as we need it because we don't have much space in the fridge to store things. I got 2 of the onion and garlic stirring pasta sauces. I got some kidney beans, some more of these brioche rolls because they are good for Summer to have on her way to the train in the morning, some chocolate oaties and some bourbon creams, some more washing liquid. I've got a softener I bought in Home Bargains the other day, conditioner because we've used all of the conditioner, but we still have I haven't even opened the shampoo. So last week I bought 2 of these, a shampoo and a conditioner, and we haven't even opened the shampoo, but we've used all the conditioner. Some crisp cereal, raspberry and white chocolate, packet of wraps, some red onions because I forgot to buy those in Sainsbury's, and strawberries because they didn't look too shabby for out of season. So I did manage to get some strawberries to go with my yoghurt in the morning.
Right, it's left over to me now, guys, to finish us off. So, bacon potatoes for jacket potatoes, 2 bags of potatoes, 1 for mash tonight, 1 for roast potatoes, some grapes, some bananas, a swede, 2 cucumbers, I don't know why I've separated them, there's 1 here and 1 over there, some plums, 2 bags of carrots, some flat leaf parsley and some basil, some cherry tomatoes, some avocados, 2 packs of tender stem broccoli, guess that's to go with the cottage pie tonight, 2 packs of these nice big tomatoes, I'm guessing Kaylee is going to be making a soup, some satsumas and a mixed bag of peppers. So that is it. I will let Kaylee finish the vlog off when she gets back. And yeah, I don't know how much it will cost, but I'm sure Kaylee will break that down with you.
So it's a little bit later on in the day. I'm totally frazzled. The house is a total dump, but for the first time in the last few hours, the house is somewhat quiet. Everyone is dispersed, gone doing what they're doing. Kev and Reese have gone to Skittles. Summer, Bella and Brooke have gone to do a dance class together. Riley is in the front room watching the TV, and Jamie, Felicity and Sienna are upstairs in my bedroom watching Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So for a second, it is quiet. Quiet enough to tell you the totals of today's shopping and somewhat of an idea of what I'm going to do meal-wise, although I'm not 100% sure I even know myself without watching this back through and seeing what I bought today. The receipts are in the car. I can't be asked to go out and find those. So you have to take my word for it. Sainsbury's came to £99 and Aldi came to £56. So £155 today for the shopping, which is very, very cheap for our usual weekly shops, but there wasn't a huge amount of food shopping there. But we are finding that we're trying to find, I'm trying to find like a new balance when it comes to the food, because I've been so used to for such a long time having so many people under the roof that I'm feeding, and now it's becoming less. But some days like today, there was 10 of us in for dinner. That doesn't happen very often anymore, but there was 10 of us in for dinner. We had cottage pie, and everyone ate at kind of different times. And Bella got in quite late from uni, so Kev dished her dinner up, and then I had my dinner at the same time as Bella, and then Reese came in and he's like, oh, can I have my dinner now? And Kev looked down at the tray and went, forgot about feeding you. And he didn't have any, there wasn't any left. But he doesn't have to starve. He's not going to starve, because yesterday they had cottage pie at Bella's house and Reese was given a lunchbox of cottage pie leftovers to have for his lunch today, which he didn't have for his lunch. So he's still got cottage pie, but just not the cottage pie that we made. But very rarely now we have that many people in, and a lot of the time there isn't anyone in the house, so apart from the younger ones. So some will be at college from 7 a.m. when she leaves to not getting home until 5. Then she'll sometimes come in, get changed, dump her stuff. She goes off to dance or singing or any of her many clubs that she does. And it's just, yeah, the house is very busy. There's always people coming and going, but we are finding that some weeks the food is gone and I'm having to go and top up, and then other weeks the food is still there. So this week I didn't need to buy a huge amount. Meal-wise, we've got, let's try and work this out. There was a pork and beef mince to do a spaghetti bolognese, a smaller mince to do chilli with jacket potatoes, and then there'll be beans and tuna and all of that as well. There is pork to do a roast dinner. There is 1 chicken I bought today, and there's also a 1 kilogram chicken in the freezer. So one of them is going to do, probably just do like flatbreads or something. And then I might chuck the other lot in a slow cooker with some spices, make a curry. And just wing it a little bit. Winging it sometimes seems to work better because I could plan all of these meals and then we'll be like, oh, well, I've got 750 grams of mince, but there's only 6 of us in for dinner, and then there's loads of leftovers. So yeah, that is what I'm thinking. That's not all of the meals, is it? That's nowhere near enough, but I can't think what I bought. Oh, the roast dinner sharing platter that I'm going to do as well with pigs and blankets. And it's already, we had mince left over from last week, which is what made the cottage pie tonight, and it's already going to be Wednesday tomorrow. So we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I'll probably go shopping again the beginning of next week. But that is this week's food shopping. Definitely got to find a new way of getting, it's not even finding a new way, it's just getting used to not having so many mouths to feed every single day. But anyway, I'm going to stop chatting and edit this together so that you can watch it, and then I'm going to make a lemon drizzle loaf because I bought yesterday in Aldi one of these loaf containers, and Jamie dropped it on the floor earlier on and broke part of it off, but it still does its job, still works. So I'm going to make a nice big lemon drizzle cake to put in there that people can help themselves to. Won't last 5 minutes, it'll be gone in seconds, but before that, I'm going to edit this video so you guys can watch it this evening. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which will probably be tomorrow because I'm not making any promises on Vlogtober, but I will try. I will give it my best shot. If you have any ideas of vlogs you'd like to see, drop it in the comments because at the moment, I ain't got a clue. I have no idea, so I will try to do Vlogtober, but We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But for now, thank you for watching. I will see you all very soon.